Hello, 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 my mat scrappers. I am back, and today I'm back with a Fun Fold Friday. I'm going to make myself record this if it kills me. It might. No, I swear this week has been just a roller coaster, so I'm going between falling and disease, and I seem to be fighting off this cold that I thought I had fought off successfully last week. Apparently not. So I worked half the day in bed. But I dragged myself out because I really felt creative. So I wanted to come in here and do something. And I really wanted to break out this paper. So I've dragged out paper and everything. And for Fun Fold Friday, we're going to come and we're going to do this little card that I did already. You guys saw me do for one of the cards that I'm donating. So without more, I'm just going to put it off. I'm going to dive in. I'm going to go ahead and pick out my paper. I have an idea what I'm going to do, and I'm going to cut these pieces out, and I'll let you know how, what the sizes were and everything. So give me a second, okay, or 5 or 6. I'll be right back, but we're going to get cracking on this card, okay? Okay, peeps, I am back with my pieces of paper cut up. So I've got an A2 card already folded over and squared off. I had to do a little bit of trimming because I don't care. I'm just so over having to trim edges. But anyway, maybe I just need to buckle down and buy better paper, right? This is what I get for buying Hobby Lobby paper. That might be the problem. Okay, so I have my layer, my in-between layer, my background layer, and I cut that 4 1/16 by 5 5/16 because I want just a little narrow border. Don't hate me for these crazy measurements because trust me, I had to trim it down too. The next one is the layer, of course, it goes on. And it's my beautiful floral paper. This paper is, I was just dying, itching. Like the twitch factor was major to use it. So this layer is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And when we have our little flap. So our flap, I cut 2 1/2 by 4 1/4, and I need to score at, I'm scoring it at 3/8 because I'm giving myself a little bit of an extra edge. Because on this card, you just see, I just used a piece of paper from the collection. But on this one, I'm actually using one of the cut-up parts. So I'm using this. So I have to have enough space to have my fold over. And then also, because I'm also going to flag it. So we will do that again in a minute. I can't remember if I showed you guys on this one how I did it. So I'm going to show you how I do that to come up with that little flag edge. Okay, give me a second. So this I'm going to score real quick. And then I have this little cut apart that I'm also going to use. I trimmed it down. And that guide, how I trim this little piece down to take the edge off is fodder for a Tip Tuesday. So I will come back with that in a couple of weeks. Because this week I didn't have one really other than the not Tip Tuesday. So I owe you the Tip Tuesday for the how to remove how to undo your woodblock stamps. So, but we are going to break out our brand new handy dandy We Are Memory Keeper scoring board because I really want to use it. I'm going to tell you right now, the cool thing about it is it's small and it's insanely lightweight. So I'm like, so we're going to give this puppy a try because this is very, very different from what I'm going to use. And at this point, it's easy. I don't even have to break out my armor. Like if you guys saw the haul from HSN, it has an arm that comes out so I can go all the way out. So, but right now I don't need it. So I can just tuck it back into place. There we go. And I just need a 3/8 inch. So I'm just going to take it right here and go out to my 3/8 inch line right there. And we just go, there we go. Although I'm not sure I held it straight. So, but I think it should be okay. That's good enough. But hey, that's a nice score. It's very different from what we are used to, guys. Because we're used to, okay, I have my valley, I go wronk. But that's not the intent on this one. This one, it is intended to go this way. So it works. It's a lovely fold. I have a little bit of a lip here. And I think, let's see if I burnish it. If I grab mine, I think I can burnish that little lip. And maybe because I did it twice, so I got a little bit of happy with it. So I'm not going to condemn it. Because I go, this is just a new tool and there, it's just, you just saw. So I'll let you guys decide. But I'm going to tell you right now, I am not unhappy with that score. It's a lovely, lovely, sharp score. So I think we may have a winner here. So we'll see. We're going to keep using it and I will keep, issuing my, my opinions because I am very opinionated. So we're going to go ahead and partially assemble this card. Actually, we can do a whole bunch of assembling. So, actually we can. So what I'm going to do first is, I'm going to take my little sticky off of this one, because you guys don't need to see it anymore. I will put also the measurements inside in the description box below, but I'm going to put this layer onto this layer because it just makes things easier and because I want to. But I'm going to go ahead, and it's like, oh my gosh, you use this paper and you don't know which side to use. But I really, really like this floral paper. I'm going to be hard pressed to use the back side because that floral is it's just breathtaking. It's just really nothing short of amazingness. So we're going to go around with Big Mama as I do. And I notice there is a bit of a fiddly fart right there. So remember, guys, when you have a defect, grab your bone. If you have a Teflon bone folder, guys, that's what does it. But you just rub it and there it is. You've got a perfect corner. Nobody would even know there's a defect there unless you pick up cat hair. And then you have to make sure you get rid of the cat hair because my cat, especially Mimi, has now taken to coming up and crawling up on my desk and seeing what's interesting up here. So now we're just going to go ahead and center our little friend here. And there we go. And we needed to do this because we need to add the flap. And until we have these two pieces together, in my opinion, you can't do it. So here the point is now, what am I deciding to do? On this one, it's different because this one I had a little banner right there, and I don't think I'm going to do that here. So I'm going to probably just center it. We're pretty much going to kind of eyeball the centering of this. So what I need to do is put my tape down because that's really all I need. So I'm going to need a couple of strips of Big Mama. And then we are going to center this up, and I'm just going to eyeball it and not be entirely crazy. And there we go. Uh-oh, wait a minute. See, don't pay attention to what I'm doing, people. Actually, you know what? We can make this work. So we're going to let it slide at the fact that I needed to do my pennant before I did that. Because what the heck? Remember, there are no mistakes. There are just opportunities for creativity. Now I have to creatively, it's going to be fine. I just added a little teeny bit of difficulty, but not by much. I am not stressing it. So I'm going to grab my Tim Holtz ruler that I love because this is what's going to make it easy for me. So I got to place this. So I got to decide where. So that looks pretty darn tootin' good. So if I want 1/8 out, so let's go this way. More or less, that looks like it's about 1/8 of an inch. So where's my pencil? Okay, where's my little pencil? Here's my pretty pink pencil. Okay, so that's my line. That's what I can cut to, which doesn't give me very much of a flag, but there you go. I am still committed. So now we're going to go to the 0 and we're going to center it. I know that this is a 2-inch strip of paper right here. So I just have to put my center mark. I can cut to that line. Whoops, no, actually it's a little bit more, 2 1/4, excuse me. So I have to center it to an inch and 1/8 on each side. And then I'm going to draw a little circle there. Okay, and then if I really, really, really want to be crazy, I can just go ahead and from that circle, draw a line to my corner. I can also, the last one I did, I just scissored it without drawing the line, but I'm giving you another option. So you can just go from the corner to the dot with your scissors, or you can draw these little lines if you are crazy like I am. And there we go. So now I have these two are my cut lines. They're really, really faint. So let me bring it up close so hopefully you can see that. So now what I'm going to do is put my computer glasses on the top of my head and put my, oh look how much better I can see glasses. So normally I would only be working on a strip, but now I have to handle the card backing, but it's not a big deal, really, truly. So I'm not going to stress the fact that I've made a mess of it. And now we're going to go from the corner. I'm going to use that line as a guide. And I usually would do it in one snip, but this is going to be 2 snips. There we go. And then we come from this corner. And we are going to snip to the center. And then we're going to come back to this side. There we go. And we have, so I have a little bit of a tab there. So I'm just going to very carefully just trim it off. And that should be, there we go. So I have not as pronounced of a flag as the other one, but there you go, guys. It is the beauty of a handcrafted item. Now, remember, I've got my pencil lines there. So I'm going to grab my eraser and let me erase them off. And when you do something like this and you're working with a thin strip of paper, make sure you go from the center out. Because if you go, you're bound to ding an edge. Don't do what I have done in the past. There is reason I know this, okay? So now we're ready to put this layer on it. And I'm going to go ahead, since it's a little bit different from the other card and I'm not putting anything almost essentially on it, I'm going to pop it out. So we're going to grab our tape here and we're just going to add a couple of strips, and I can be generous again because I found more of these rolls of tape. I'm like, yay. I have to make another foray out to Dollar Tree. And when I get, not Dollar Tree, excuse me, the 99-cent store. 99-cent store has this. But I will acquire more and stock up because it's like, whoa, not being able to get it really kind of like jarred me. I was like, ooh, that's not good. But I'm just going to use 2 strips. And there we go. And that's how you measure it out the easy way. I'm going to put down my 2 little strips. And then I'm going to grab my friend here because he's handy. Usually I do my bone folder, but we're going to use this one. Let me put my ruler away real quick and get it out of the way. And then we're going to come in with my sharp tweezers because these are the sharpest ones. I have the sharpest point, and we're going to pull off our strips real quick. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and put this down, not upside down. Just saying. Don't do it. I know. And I'm actually going to grab my tweezers. I do a lot of this now with tweezers because it allows me to visualize better without my fat fingers in the way. Although I do need my fat fingers to an extent to keep this off because it wants to stick down immediately. And there we go. And now we have our lovely sentiment. I mean, and it coordinates, which is why I wanted to use this paper because the flowers just match perfectly. Now we have our little birdie friend that hides. So that's going to be our little, surprise. So when they open the flap, we've got our little birdie friend. And there's a part of me on this one, I just put it down on a sticker. And it's still, no matter what, it still flaps up a little bit. Let's see how this one does. This one might do better. Now it still flaps up a little bit. So you know what? I'm using foam tape because it's my card and I get to do what I want. And I apologize for the snarfly. I mean, I feel it. I'm really fighting this off. So I was a little bit feverish earlier today and I still feel that. So I'm like hitting the airborne and Zycam like you cannot imagine because it's Thursday today and I'm on mom duty on Saturday. My sister has family in from Sweden, so they're taking them to Hollywood. So I said, I mean, we can't leave my mom alone now. So I have to go over there. So I'm covering. So I'm going to be the mom sitter on Saturday. So I cannot be unhealthy. Although I would probably be in good company because George was the one that got us all. It was typhoid, as my sister calls him. And he's the one that spread the germs. So Steve got it, and he's the one that it bounced back to me. I fought it off. I could feel it coming on when we came back from Tahoe, and I really hit the Zycam and the airborne. But now it's back, and I think maybe it's because it's Steven's dragging, because I've been nowhere. I've not been out of the house this week, so I don't know. So there we go. And guys, you guys don't care about my this week's disease. I swear. It's like I'm tired of it myself. So here's what I can do. Is I could just actually, no, I'm going to do a little bit of a cheat because that's going to make it easy for me. I think it's going to make it easy for me. So we're just going to take a piece of this tape and we're going to stick it on it. And then I'm going to place it where I want it to be. So I'm going to place that right where I want it to be, and I'm going to close the flap on it. And now it'll stick to the flap. Let me remove my tapes on it, and then I will stick it down. And then I will take a break because Steve just let me know that the broccoli is ready. Huh? And we're eating dinner. So give me so we're going to close that up. And then now I can lift this off, and there it is stuck. And I could take that and use it again sometime. But that's the cheater way of putting it down. Maybe it's not the cheater way. Maybe it's the hard way. Who knows? But now there we go. So we have the flap, which is hiding this cute little bird surprise. Now all I have to do is stick my card the card front to it. But first, we stamp, which I should have done first in the first place. But give me a second. I'm going to have a little bit of food, and I'm going to come back and stamp for you guys, okay? Be right back. Okay, I'm back, ready to stamp. And it was Evernote to the rescue, because I knew I could find relatively quickly a stamp that said thank you. But I just didn't want thank you. So I went into Evernote and wrote thank you in it, and it brought up every stamp I have that so far I have keyworded in thank you or gratitude. And I came up with the Knit with Kindly Thoughts collection. And there it is, with deepest gratitude, which keeps I think in play with begin each day with a grateful heart. But not only that, but the font is very pretty and very similar. And there you go, guys. It's all about knowing what you have and where it is. And there you go. Let that be a lesson to you. Now, of course, saying that, I suddenly don't have eyes on my roll of packing tape. Of course, because I'm going to make a point and then not be able to follow up on it. Hang on a second. Just had to roll back 5 feet and go grab it out of the bin, and I apparently, in a fit of efficiency, put it away. But I always keep it here in my little tray here on my desk now because I use it frequently. So I'm going to do what I do to all of my stamps now. Let's move this out of the way before I tape up my card. And that is flap it. That keeps that pretty much kind of protects it. I saw another YouTuber, Ryan, from Glitter Grunge Creations, do this, and it's a great idea. And you know, the great idea is, hey, just copy it. So this is not my genius idea, but it is his. So now let me just take off the stamp that I want to use. And we are going to rough it up with my hands, whether that's kosher or not. I don't know. It's how I do it. But so we're going to go this way first. Before we do the stamp on the inside of the card. Let's do the stamp on the back side of the card. And let's pick up. Now, here we're going to also use another cool tool. We're going to put that right there. That I just got. Remember, guys, I just picked this up during my Hobby Lobby forays. And it's from We Are Memory Keepers. And it basically is a stamp gripper. So, basically what you do is you go like that, stick it on. But it is give you a better grip and a better way, you know, so you can center. You can put your force right where you want it to be when you're adding ink to your stamp. So let's see how that works. And of course, this is the problem. So see? So that, you know, it's a situation. So that's, you know, there you go. This is a free demonstration, and it also shows you. So this is something, let me press it on harder, and let's see. And let's do that again. And let's see, because that's important. This is why I'm doing it on camera and showing you. But what I am showing you is that I've hardly had to press on this, and there's a pretty even level of ink on this. So let's see. Let's see what happens now when I press it, when I put it down on my paper. Other than the Y, which is always a stickly point on that stamp. There you go. I've got my little tail of my Y. Guys, one and done for this. So I'm happy. I am happy with this new little toy of mine. Oh, Lord have mercy. I swear, being mad is just so much fun. And okay, yeah. So now we smear ink on our card. Let that be a lesson. So let's see. Let's see if can I pull this off just by, yes, I can. So there you go. No panic. But watch your hands, guys, when you're working with your stamp pads. So give me a second. I will let me get all of this off so I won't have to do it on camera. Hold on. And there you go, kids. Can you see where it is? Not at all. Not only was it the my mono eraser to the rescue, nail file just took, because I left it still a little bit rough, so I grabbed one of these nail files that has 4 different, you know, grits, and I grabbed this light pink one, the softest grit, and then I just polished it up, and you cannot tell where I goofed up or where the rough spot in the paper is supposed to be. Wah! And there you go. One does recover for making a mess and goofing up. There you go. And I got, of course, the ink off my fingers while I was at it. I think I sanded it off, quite frankly. And there we go. So now we have our stamp, I think, pretty centered, pretty straight, but we'll know in a minute when I pick it up with my Misty and I can look at it on the lines. It is a little tiny bit wonky. So we are straightening it out. There we go. Alrighty, now we're going to go back to our stamp with our little rubbery thing. It does come off. I'm not going to lie to you because it just came off right now. So that is something to keep in mind. So we will see. We will continue to use it, and I will keep continuing to report to you what my findings are. But meanwhile, I am going to use it because look at that. What I like is that for whatever reason, it allows you a quick, even application of ink. I've never done it that easy on any stamp ever. Just saying. So now let's just press it down. I'm not going to press really, really hard. And voila, it's crooked. I don't care. It is the beauty of a handcrafted item. I think it's crooked. It looks crooked to me. And I straightened it on the lines. It moved on me, I think. It did. And there you go. What are we going to do? Panic, freak out, or find pink paper? I don't know. Finding pink paper sounds really good right now. Then I lined it up. I did have to clean it. It was dirty. I have never had, I'm going to say something. I've never had a stamp go dirty that fast on me. So I don't know. Maybe it was just because of also the erasing. But here we've got our little stamp. I've got to put our little rubber tool back on it. And open my puppy up here. And let's just add the ink. And with one application, that is just about the perfect amount of ink. Go figure. There you go. And now let's stamp this piece of paper and see if we can manage not to screw it up. There we go. I hardly pressed on it. Okay, now see, that's the fine. I just, now I can press on it a little bit more and we're going to snag this right here. So, okay, Myron, don't get so paranoid. Well, quick, let's put this card together before I lose something else like my mind. And it's such a little thing to be out there all by itself. So let's get our tape and let's tape the sentiment spot down before I lose it too, or the card, or who knows. It's just like, oh my goodness. Maybe I should have just gone, after work, just gone straight to bed. Maybe, this was not such a hot idea, but I just really had the itch to make something. So it's like, okay, and where did that come from? Because I cleaned this whole mat before I flipped the camera on. So who knows? Oh, look, and I'm shedding too. So let's just center our sentiment really quick on our card. Okay, so now we've got the inside stamped really pretty. We've got our backside stamped really pretty. So we are ready to put the front of the card, because right now it's a very plain white card. And that will not do. So let me just grab Big Mama and I will go all the way around on this one. And add tape so that it stays. It does not have to survive the zombie apocalypse. It would be nice if it did not, fall apart before it got to its intended recipient, whoever that might be. Okay, so now let's just nick that down real kind of quickly. Let's not take 10 years about this, okay, Myra? Whoops. Alrighty, let's call that good. Okay, pull this up and we're going to smush it down. And really, that is a really pretty card. But I mean, from the get-go, I knew it needs more. And I had already pulled these up. These are little flowers that I picked up from one of my last forays in the Hobby Lobby when everything on Paper Studio was 40% off. So I thought I would put some flowers on that. So me thinks, we'll see, because I try not to think because it hurts, that I want to put them here. So let's see. Let me not get happy with the glue bottle. No, because we have yellow flowers here. So I don't want to do like 3 little flowers, because there's always the rule of 3s, even though I just said no to there. So do I want to do like, oh goodness gracious, do we want to do that? That might be overkill, but I don't know. I like it. So we're going to go with 5 little flowers. And there we go. So we got that. But no, wait. There's more. I pulled out, not Wink of Stella, but this one from, it's a Nuvo pen, but it is Opal Quartz. And I've decided in my infinite wisdom that we are going to apply it. We want to add some sparkle to some of these flowers, this being one of them. because since it's got pink in it, it's going to really blend in. I actually looked for my Wink of Stella, and for the life of me, of course, I can't find my Wink of Stella. Heaven forbid. But this has a touch. It's got that opal. It's an opal, so it has a bit of a pink tinge, but I wanted to sparkle up these flowers, this flower. And in fact, all of the I don't know, is this like a chrysanthemum or a zinnia? I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. Can you see? Actually, I don't see any sparkle. So where's the sparkle on this? I don't see sparkle. What the heck? What's going on here, Nouveau? I'm supposed to have sparkly bits. Hint. But I will probably come back when I find my Wink of Stella and add that to it. But it is, whoops, nowhere to be found. It is not, oh no, wait, of course it's nowhere to be found except where I wasn't looking for it. We're not going to talk about this, right? Nobody's going to tell on me, right? Oh my goodness, there we go. Now we have sparkle. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas, people. So I apologize that this is going longer than it should. But this is what I wanted. I wanted to add a little, maybe the flowers added that bling, that little bit of extra. And now with this, I'm just going to sparkle up certain amount of flowers. These pink ones for sure. That's what I had made a decision. So we're going to sparkle up that one. Whoops, that's didn't get hit right there. And then we're going to go for this one. So there you go. And it was right next to me, but I moved something and that's when I spotted it. I'm like, of course. Because that's how it is. You can spend 10 minutes looking for something and not find it and give up in desperation. And then, of course, when you're on camera, that's when it's like, oh, here I am. Makes you look like an idiot. Alrighty, and then we're going to go for this one too. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the other one. We're just going to do the ones that match, because otherwise I'll be doing a bunch of pink flowers. But I just wanted to sparkle these up. And it'll just add that little bit of added shimmer to this card. And it is, really, it is so pretty. This paper is amazing. Cardabella, where have you been all my life? Holy cow. Excuse me. It's like I feel like it wants to, whatever I'm trying to catch that I'm trying not to catch. It's kind of like, yeah, we may hang around here for a while. Okay. And there you go. So hopefully you can see that. So we have our little, our little touches of bling. Oh, wait, I didn't go all the way to the edge of the paper, and that's bothering me. So let's do that real quick. There you go. And I'm calling that good, my friends. There is our card. Here is our Fun Fold Friday. I mean, it's a super simple fun fold, but it just adds that little bit. You have the little birds there, and maybe I'm going to sparkle up the blue. You know what? Let's carry this through. And I'm going to sparkle up these eggs. This one, the two really, really spotted ones, just to carry the theme through. There we go. I like that. So we'll have 2 sparkly eggs and 2 regular eggs. I like that. And there we go. And we had, we had a flower fall off, but no, that's the one I decided not to use. There you go, guys. I hope you like this. I had fun making this and being creative and making all the mistakes. There were opportunities for creativity. Yay. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for hanging out with me on this journey. I am going to go and edit this video from bed. So I will see you on the next one, guys. If you like this video, if I made you laugh, I made you feel better for a mistake you have made, then give me a thumbs up, drop me a note. And if you want to see more of this continuing madness, because you guys, if you think I'm done with all of this, I know. Come and subscribe and ring that bell. You know when I'll be back. Meanwhile, go make something beautiful. Do not make all the mistakes I do. Please do yourself a favor. And meanwhile, don't ever forget, if there is any doubt, we're all a little mad here. So come on, craft the madness with me. Okay, guys? I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye.